Yeah, so I'm really pleased with TransLink and BC Transit. I think that's excellent. That is an environment where I have said all along, it's hard as ridership increases. It's harder to maintain those physical distances consistently. So I am really pleased that they've come out with this. I think it's a rational and reasonable thing to do, and the way they are implementing it is the philosophy that we've had, where it's not an enforcement model, it's an education and supportive model, and that's where we need to go. And yes, we all need to get used to doing that on transit now, if we can, and make allowances for those small number of people who have challenges with wearing a mask. In schools, as I've said all along, it really is a balancing, and our community transmission is the single most important thing that will protect us from transmission in any other environment. So that's why it's so important for all of us to do what we are doing in BC to keep those numbers low, and that protects us in our schools. There's no evidence that I have seen that the prolonged wearing of a mask by children in classrooms is a benefit, and it makes it a very challenging situation, especially for younger children. But we do know that it's a layer where we can't maintain those distances with larger numbers of people. So it's a balancing again. It's one of those additional layers. Masks will be available in schools for children and for teachers and staff. And of course, teachers need to, the adults in the school setting, one, we're going to be reducing numbers, so parents won't be coming in and out like we have in the past, making sure there's things like staggering of when classes come, when people are being dropped off, so that we can maintain distances in those situations. And some of the outbreaks that we've seen in the States and in Israel, for example, there was a lot of clustering at the beginning of the day, at the end of the day, where families and parents were closer together. So those are the pressure points that every school is looking at to see how they can tailor the system to make sure that we're not having those group clustering situations, and making sure that we can do those safely. So it's going to be worked out on, and we need to be flexible, and we need to work on it together coming into the fall. And masks will play a part certainly for the adults if they're in close contact with each other, and for those situations where children need them as well.